Did they know what they signed up for? Like, they
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Or
That's
like,
a good
what
question.
characteristics did they have before the show that made them think, yes, I could marry a stranger?
This would be the question for everybody, though. Like, do you know what you signed up for?
This week on Married at First Sight, we got to see some former castmates return for a juicy tell-all. And it turns out the former cast has some hot takes on the current season.
This is the first season where I'm like, everyone's being a little too honest, but no one knows how to resolve conflict. So if you're gonna like dish it and do all of this, you need to be able to accept criticism. And it was like constant arguing and fighting and no resolution.
I don't think people were that honest, though. I think they were like afraid of the cameras, afraid of like what people would say. So I think they were holding back a lot.
Stacia has some specific advice for Austin.
Thinking about like Austin this season and the whole intimacy thing, I think.
God. I'm like, just pull her hair, just take her, just like, that's all she wants. Bend her over, like, that's all. We can solve this right now. What are we doing?
I was sexually frustrated.
Yes.
I was.
Yes.
The whole season I was.
Yeah.
As for the lack of intimacy this season, Doug says he feels like the couples aren't really dating each other.
I don't mind the couples not having sex. What I think everybody's missing is the flirting, the dating, the intimacy, the touching, you know, just
Intimacy.
like, you know, grab a boob, get your hand down his pants, like,
Grab a
you know,
boob.
like all stuff that's not sex.
Like
but
foreplay, even.
And he wasn't the only one with a hot take. Rachel and Paige says that they feel like they're giving up too fast.
Did they know what they signed up for? Like, they know?
Yeah.
Or
That's
like,
a good
what
question.
characteristics did they have before the show that made them think, yes, I could marry a stranger?
This would be the question for everybody, though. Like, do you know what you signed up for? Like, I just wonder why sign up for a show when you know that there are certain things that can present itself, but that's what a marriage is, for better or for worse, for sickness and health, you know, so when you're saying vows or whatever the vows there were that you guys said, that should be the commitment that you vow to throughout the process.
Aside from all that, Jamie thinks that the current cast is focusing too much about how they're coming across on camera, instead of focusing on their relationships.
I think that Austin and Becca, that security camera.
I said anything to make you look bad in any way, ever on camera. I'm not trying to make you look bad. I want to make you look bad.
They're going to be surprised by that security camera footage because they're talking about what they say on and off camera. Turns out they're on camera and they didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
trying to manage what's going to be said.
That's why you just
behind
have to let that go.
Yeah.
It's like, just admit that we all have flaws and we're not perfect, and that's okay. And what it comes down to is two people who are being so authentic and so committed to the process and to each other. And it's hard to get both of that's really difficult.
But the tell-all was more than a look at the current season. It also gave an update about how the former cast is doing.
And I know we're doing a 10-year anniversary, and I wanted to do it right.
We'll have more on Doug and Jamie's sweet moment in a bit, but first let's talk about Airris. He's still living in Nashville and has a cordial relationship with his ex-wife Jasmine. And while looking back on his time on the show, he talked about his most cringe-worthy moment, his revelation that he had at his bachelor party.
I had my newfound brothers there, and we were just talking about, like, you know, what we projected to happen possibly on the honeymoon. And I mean, I was prepared. Like, I didn't even know how I was gonna get through TSA. I had I had some stuff in my suitcase.
What did you? Oh, wait, walk us through what you had in your suitcase.
Mentally, because you gotta pack for the honeymoon before, even before the wedding.
What did you have in your bag, Aaron?
Man, I had a rose toy was in there. I had like some cream, some oils. It was some stuff. I was prepared.
You were ready.
I
Was
ready
this
to
new
do
or
the
used equipment?
Oh, that is
It
better be new.
That's so interesting. You had all the toys in the bag.
Despite his relationship not working out, Airris says that he's still open to tying the knot. Stacia, however, isn't so sure after her messy split from Nate. And during the reunion, she revealed that he never actually signed his post-nup.
Really?
Yeah, so I was going into decision day with like a no, but I just wanted to do the right thing and still be a wife. So I ended up still going through saying yes on decision day, and I still had like a marriage settlement agreement like put in place.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
Stacia isn't the only one who had to relive the fallout of her marriage. Paige talked about how hard it was to hear Chris say that he wasn't physically attracted to her.
Regardless of our differences, that was just like very just vindictive and like just mean-spirited. You know, attraction, you may not be attracted or whatever, but to say something as vile as that, I think for me as a woman, it just kind of, you start looking at yourself like, am I enough? Am I worthy? Am I good enough? Am I pretty enough? I mean, I managed. Obviously, I'm in a way better place. I mean, that, you know, adores me and respects me and lifts me up. And so I don't ever watch my season after that situation because it's painful. Yeah. It's very, very painful.
And that wasn't the only hardship she had to get past with Chris. She found out that he was expecting a baby with his former fiance on the show, and that was not easy to get past.
I mean, it was a lot for all parties, including her. I can only imagine. It was a very rough experience. I was so intentional about the covenant of marriage because I haven't seen so many successful marriages, and I really wanted to give this a fair shot when I should have just chose myself.
But things worked out for Paige in the end. She's now expecting a baby with her boyfriend, Justin. Rachel also gave an update about how her relationship with Jose came to an end.
Broke up, and then we were actually supposed to do like our final like counseling thing.
Yeah.
And he never showed up.
Oh.
And then I was blocked.
Wow.
And then I was like, okay, let's get these divorce papers done. Yeah.
And he's not contesting the divorce. He's moving forward with it too.
No, it was
okay.
signature. Yeah.
Okay.
But she has since found a new man in her life.
I exchanged them for a little puppy.
Okay.
As for Garrett, he explained that his relationship with Emilia naturally ran its course.
What you're seeing at any relationship, those first 6 months, there's a rush of endorphins, there's a rush of dopamine. What the show naturally does not capture is kind of the moment when everything starts to settle down and reach an equilibrium, right? And we were, what, like a year in, and we reached that equilibrium, and it didn't have the same charm and sparkle as it once did. And once that charm and sparkle subsided, what we were left with was still a sweet friendship, but it wasn't something that we both saw ourselves in for the indefinite future.
And now back to Jamie and Doug. During the tell-all, Doug lovingly looked back at their 10-year relationship, and he shocked her when he got down on one knee.
I just want to say how much I've enjoyed spending
Oh.
life with you.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry.
And 10 years is a big thing. And I know we're doing a 10-year anniversary. And I wanted to do it right. I want to commit to you for way more than 10 years.
What?
I chose you every single day, and I choose you still.
Oh my gosh.
The two are obviously still going strong.
And
We're trying to conceive twins.
We may have,
So if you can put twin vibes out, because he only wants 3, and I'd love 4, so.
we may have conceived last night.
Oh.
So
You know,
that's exciting.
you never know.
I love it. I love it.